Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you your weekly update in Bitcoin. I did record this video on Monday, December 15th, 2025, and it is for the week of Monday, December 15th. This is big picture here. 86,543 is a long-term channel top. We settled above actually over a year ago. We came crashing back to it during the early Trump administration and all the tariff talk. We never closed back below this structure, and that we did allow this market to turn higher and continue onward and upward into the 122,433 area. This is a full wave count. Basically, your 2014 high minus the 2014 high. Your 21 high minus your 22 low, and add that difference back, and you have what I call the full swing, an exhaustion point for many markets, especially longer term. And so having topped out of 122 roughly, we have now fallen back into the mid-80s, and here we are. And the question begs, where from here? Not only do we have 86,543 as a meaningful support, we also have a rising, really a three-year channel bottom. That'll be 3 years in January at 83,035, and this is our backstop. This is our base of support into later 26. 83,035 can contain selling through the first quarter into later 26, and from here we can round up actually to the channel top that is presently in the mid 130s. I don't have it labeled here, but I will in a moment. And so you're still, if you're long Bitcoin, you've been long Bitcoin for some time, or maybe you just got long Bitcoin recently, you're staying that way above 83,035. And if we were to close below 83,035 at the end of this week, just the opposite, and I'll show that in a moment. But assuming you're long or you're willing to bottom pick the 83,000 to 86,543 area, you can anticipate, this sort of stair-step approach. This high of the low, 95,945, I see as a pivot point into January and even into later Q1. Because we're above 83,035, we've tested this long-term channel bottom. The market is now inclined to rotate upward longer term as we continue into the second quarter of next year. And our first buy signal, which I think is a significant one, is a settlement this week above 95,945. Then I would see within a week to 3 weeks, 103,415. That is a 50% upside retracement from that October high against the more recent November low. And then you've got the low of the high of 113,105. So forth and so on. But I do think that overall you can anticipate, the 122,433 area again, and longer term, perhaps the mid 130s. Really, it is holding above 83,035. That will keep the channel top at 134,108 in reach. How long might that take? Well, you've got precedent here for August of 24 to December of 24. This is 4 or 5 months. Is this going to be 4 or 5 months? I doubt it right now. But, it could be by the end of 26 that we go from what is now in the mid to upper 80s all the way into the mid 130s and climbing. Closing above 95,945 is a go-long strategy. This could be a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 month move back then to 122,433. And certainly if we were to close above 122,433, we're just a number of weeks, 3 to 5 weeks perhaps, from reaching 134,108. 134,108, if or when tested, say later in 26, can contain buying through the balance of the year, and we can fall away from there. So going long with a settlement above 95,945 if you're not long already, or you can add to a previously established position if we close above 95,945. Until then, this is kind of a two-sided framework. And if we do happen to, I'm going to jump to this chart here. If we happen to close below 83,035, within 1 to 3 weeks, I would expect this trend line off these highs at 77,431. It does become a bit stair-step. I will say that if we close below 83,035 over the next week, 2 or 3, it is a significant sell signal in the order of probably 2 to 3 months. We should then see 56,080. And 56,080 is a long-term channel that goes all the way back to the 2017 high. I mean, this is an 8-year structure in and of itself, and may well contain selling through the balance of the decade. If we test 56,080, it could actually contain selling. We could round up through 26 and continue higher as we move through the rest of the decade. If in the coming months we were to close below 56,080, I think, as I've been saying, you can kiss Bitcoin goodbye as a speculative entity of that's lost its luster, let's put it that way, and probably will fade into the background, of instruments that are worth investing and trading in. But for right now, we are bullish into 26 through 2026, holding above 83,035. And if we can close above 95,945, that is your first go with buy signal on strength after having tested long-term support. I'm going to leave it at that for this week's Bitcoin video analysis, and you have a great week.